Hey guys, Scott Banks here, your instructor from Miami Ad School. This is my first bite-sized design demo, and I'm pretty excited about it. But bear with me if there's a few bumps along the way. Anyway, today we are going to work with Adobe Illustrator like we did in the first day of class, but this time we're just going to take a simple square and actually turn it into about 5 to 10 different geometric shapes that you can use for your pattern project. It's really easy, simple to follow along. They'll be in little sections, and let's get started. So what we are going to do is actually take this square in the corner here, and with some, effects using the tools on the toolbar, usually mostly just the selection tools and the corners, we'll be able to create all of these different shapes to help you quickly build your grid, geometric grid that expresses your personality. So let's get started, and we'll start with the square here. Okay, let's pull all of these little extra shapes off to the side so they're not interfering with our work, but we can be able to use them as a reference for the project. So let's start with this square. The first thing we're going to do is the little trick I showed you where you click on the square, hold the shift and the option key, slide it over to the side. So now you have a backup copy here and then a square that we're going to work on. The first one we're going to make is the eyeball shape that's down here, or it could be a flower petal. There's actually some other cool things you can do with that. And how we do that is we've learned how to use the selection tool, which is the dark colored arrow to the left on the top of the menu board. We're going to actually take the white arrow, which is called the direct selection tool. We're going to go drag the marquee over one corner, and you'll notice that our little curve handle is inside the blue square corner. Now, we've only selected this corner using the direct selection tool. We're going to drag that corner in and watch what happens. As you drag it in, the points move, and then when it turns red, it means it's actually gone all the way to the side and created a nice clean point. This is a cool shape to work with too. We can pull this one to the side and create another, but what we're going to do is now we're going to select the bottom corner and we're going to drag the little curve section in, and presto, we have an eyeball. So that's the first shape. And we're going to move this and copy it over again. Then we're going to learn another tool. A lot of what we do in Adobe Illustrator is using the menus and tools. And actually, I'm sorry, I've got it cut off right now, but under the object menu bar way at the top of your screen, if you click on that, you'll see this menu come down, go to path, and then split this shape into a grid. And it'll come up as a 1x1 grid. It's telling you basically that that's what this is right now. We want this to be 2x2. So we're going to go 2 for the first one, 2 for the second one, click OK. Now we got a really cool grid. We're actually going to use this for a couple different shapes. So we're going to, again, select the whole thing, hold the shift and option key and drag it down to kind of create a backup copy of it for working on later. And the first one we are going to do is this kind of like really geometric 7 or square within a square. We're going to actually use what's called the shape builder tool for this. So how we do that is we select the whole shape again with the selection tool by dragging over it. And then we use this tool down here that's it's here, a little pop-up here will show you what that is. Well, it did for a second. This is called the shape builder tool. And what the shape builder tool is, when you have everything selected, it could be a whole bunch of shapes. In fact, we'll do a cloud in a second to kind of show how it works. We'll click down on our mouse and drag it over the shapes that we want to connect. And then presto, look, they're one shape. The square is one shape. You're going to press Command Z to put those back. So now we have the second shape here. And we're going to move on to the third shape, which is very similar to this first one that we did with the open arrow tools. But this time we're going to actually turn this grid into 4 circles. So we will drag over that. with the direct selection tool again. Remember, that's the white arrow to the right of the black arrow. And we're going to grab just one of the corners, drag it in. And as we drag it in, they're all going to turn into circles. So now we got a cool 4x4 circle. You can actually do this with multiple circles. It could be like 3x3. It does have a limit. At some point, it just doesn't want to work anymore. It's not happy. So now we've got actually 1, 2, 3 different cool shapes to work with. I think the next thing we're going to do is actually learn how to turn a square into a circle. So I'm going to do the option trick again. Drag it over, holding the, this time I just held the option key, not the shift key. The option key allows you to drag things anywhere on the screen. The shift key holds things, when you combine them, it makes it kind of lock vertically, horizontally, or on a 45-degree angle. It's Command Z a few of these, so we just have the original one. So again, like this shape up here, like these shapes down here, we're going to use the curve anchor points, as they're sometimes called, and we're just going to drag those in. You get a cool rounded button shape here, but as we drag it in all the way, we get a full, completely round circle. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different basic shapes to work with. They're all the same size and proportions. Next, we're going to create this circle tool, and I'm going to slide over. A shortcut for scooting your screen around is pressing the space bar. Use this little hand, slide things around. So we're going to create this next, and this next. Scoot it back onto the screen. Next, we are going to take the square again, and again hold the option key, just drag it over so we have another square to work with. Select that. I guess, yeah, we're going to use the direct select arrow again, drag over the corner and just drag that in, and presto, we have nice 45 or quarter circle. Okay, with this we can keep that. In fact, let's keep that and hold that and drag the option key down, hold it, shift down, drag, all that fun stuff. And then we're going to take this and turn this into another circle. How we do that is, again, we're going to go up to the object menu, which is just, it's next to the edit menu. It's a little bit off my screen, but you'll be able to see it. Scroll all the way down to path, and then what we are going to use is the offset path command or selection. This allows you to like type in different numbers. Actually, this is not quite what I wanted. But you know, it's a cool shape. It's like a protractor or something. We're going to keep that. You can change the size to positive, like 100. It'll make it bigger. Some 1,000. Sometimes you got to double click the preview, but we want it to shrink down inside. So let's do negative 50 again, and click OK. There we go. So I think what we need to do with the circle, let's try this again. We're going to drag this over with the option key, and we are going to well, that's not exactly how we wanted things to work out, but it gave me a chance to like expand the screen, so now we can see all the menus. We're gonna again just pull this. We don't need that one anymore. This is the one we want to duplicate. We're gonna take this, drag it down, and then take the direct select tool for this. Bring that in, drag it over. We got our semicircle there. Same thing. Whoops. Take the corner, select just the one corner, drag that in, and drag that in from the other shape. Now, cool, we have the two shapes, and we've got this like quarter of a donut. Let's see, what other shape do we want to create? Oh, we want to do the circle within a circle. So we're going to use the offset command for that. And I'm going to click on it and drag it over with the option key. While it's still selected, go to the object menu, go to path, go to, where is it? Offset path. Remember, it's the last one I did, which was 50. These are more for really complex shapes like stars and things like that. We don't have to worry about. Actually, that bevel one, I wonder what that does. Maybe next week. Click OK. Cool. All right, now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 shapes. I mean, you could use these for your thing and just use colors and things to sort of express your personality. You know, if you're more advanced, maybe you could stick some cool patterns or photos in them. But let's stop here, and then we're going to move on to the next phase in a second with how to take these and build a grid out of them, and basically using the same tools. And we'll also color them, figure out how to bring in some swatches, create like a color palette, and then finally maybe just add some cool bling using some other shapes, some rotation tools and stuff like that. So I'll be back in a minute for part 2.